Good morning, welcome to the breakfast show, Trade with Trade VSA, and this is Martin in here, and we do have a very long weekend in the last week as we were completing the masterclass May intake, which some of you would have attended our masterclass, and we did cover a fair bit. No doubt, as I said before, these coming days I continue to be challenged, and of course a week ago I did talk about market bottoming, and we did see that rally that we see on the Dow Jones, a big move, and maybe I'll just show you a couple of charts on that. Of course you can always go into our SMARTRobie and check out those charts that we talk about in here, but definitely I believe the market is bottoming. Check out that video, the 2-minute video that we did on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and like our Facebook for all our videos in here. Now let's go and what we have for you this morning. That's right, now I was looking at this chart inside here. Some of those trades are actually coming up in here, but we will get to it very shortly, so stay with me in it. So here we are. So this morning, something I want to share with the group is definitely the volume. So something you want to watch out for today in this breakfast show is watch the volume, find the setup, and then trade with VSA 360 in here. So what kind of volume that people talk about? Now, a lot of people, technical analysis out there, never really talk about volume. They talk about price, they talk about fundamental, and sometimes they can't even explain what is volume about, and all they say is just ignore it. So what are those rules inside here? And do you have them? Do you have a volume increasing kind of rule? What kind of volume pattern in here? Are we talking about high volume, climatic volume in here? And how does it work? So we want to share with you the intraday alert 360 plus our Pentagon hourly intraday chart is definitely an avenue for them in here. And stay right to the end, because we're going to give you a free 10-day trial worth 268 for you who want to try it out in here. All right, so through that we've done a lot of back testing in here, continue to share with you in here, so they are pretty sure that the trade VSA that we are likely to win more and lose less, and overall does give you a very overall confidence to trade around the 75 to 80% level, but very important, supported by the right sector in here. We will also check out those sectors in our VSA 360. Now if you have limited knowledge, of course there's a lot of rules in here, but we have simplified, and some of you may have joined our masterclass, and that's where we will review those trading rules for you, as this is maybe the first time for many of you who are doing in here. That's why we are here, the coaches, myself in here, to guide you through this very new opportunity that you may not have seen before on day trading using the right volume in here. So our program, and also sign up in our Telegram in here. But let's take a look in our update for our Pentagon portfolio position in here. We have reduced position in here, and Sim Life seems to be on the down, losing too. I think eventually we may have to reduce this going forward in here, because the market seems to be pulling back after making new high from in here onwards. No doubt it is still beating the KLCI. The portfolio has lost a bit in here, but you can follow our portfolio up here by clicking on the QR code in here for more updates. And those rules, we will review them to our plugin members and also to our masterclass member in here. Now we are closing. Today is our last day for our Super Trader live 20 days live challenges in here, and this is especially 20 days follow-up competition where we will train you, grind you, and put you in a special chamber, special group in here to push you to do that challenge 20 trades. And just imagine able to earn 10% in 20 days. All right, so this is all for our plugin members. This is something that we want to showcase to you. If you have the wanted to learn it, this is actually a good time, and this is how we groom our students to able to go through the challenges to become a super trader one day. All right, so again, our VSA 360 is something we want to showcase to you, and the focus will be on the intraday alert, as we say in here. And what are the 3 things we want to know, and where are the Pentagon guided this morning in here? So let's take a look at our 360 in here, and after logging in, just go over to the dashboard. Market is down 4 points. You can see from here, just opening up on our IVSA chart, just on the top of me here, definitely you can see here market has a support. As I said before earlier on, even on my morning podcast, 1520, 1530 is that support level in here, and right now, but you have a resistance now at 1550. Trend still heading down, like it or not, in here. And if you go to the year to date, or you put in 3 months, it pretty much show you the kind of picture that we've seen so far here. All right, doesn't look very rosy, as I said before, the KLCI, and one of them is definitely if you just blow up this 360 VSA 360 chart just on top in here, a wonderful chart in here, nowhere else you can get it. You can see the continuing outflow of foreign funds. You can see outflow of foreign funds, and you can see this big sell-off that we have, minus 223 million. That also explains that market sell-off. So a lot of time when you see this kind of sell-off, actually it's also not good to be in the market. If you're going to be in the market, do watch out for those volume in there. If there's no volume in those trades, you might want to trade it. Watch out also for climatic volume. Climatic volume is also a volume for distribution in here, and you can see from here onwards, going forward, there's a trickle of inflow from foreign funds, all right, which also explains why we have this very miserable KLCI continue to swamp down. We have industrial product turning in. Energy has certainly tapered off. You can see last week, 19th of May, was around 1 ratio. Now it's about down to 0. So all the stocks that we've seen, if you compare it week to week, it is actually weakening in here. So that kind of tell you the scenario is. So this morning you can see market is down 4 points. We got MIC, Genting are all down. Of course, Genting with a good result being shown, it is just profit taking right now. You can see also in our May, sell in May and go away, right, which I did talk about in our live Facebook earlier on. But let's take a look at all the sectors in here. Definitely not encouraging, but this is why it's important when you look at this, right, and then you're going to tell yourself, hey, is this the way I want to be trading? So right now, the only sort of positive from the Pentagon in here, technology is turning green, Pentagon. Interestingly enough, let's take a look at it, but it's still far down, right, on the ST and LT. Oh, finally, green Pentagon in here. Is this going to be the telltale sign of the recovery that we've seen? Now, also interestingly enough, right, we also have the Dow Jones and the big recovery we saw last night on the Nasdaq in here. So right now we have a green Pentagon inside here, and we have a nice double bottom also. So that is actually a very good sign that we feel the market is bottoming. We have a double top in here and it's ready to move higher. So along that line, any of those of you who are trading and looking to go in the technology stocks, right, take note. So this is why it's important to put on this alert in here and check it out every morning. Have we seen the other consumers in here? Energy is turning red, Pentagon, right? So energy is tapering off. Who knows, the Russian and Ukraine war may be coming to an end, but the news coming out from the US Federal Reserve meeting minutes seem to be signaling a 25 basis point hike, not the 51. So maybe that's why we see the rally that we see right now in here. The KLCI hasn't been turning that well too. So all in all, keep in mind, technology is back. And let's check out also our alert. All right, so this is something that you can do once you get into VSA 360, or for those of you who want to give up the 10-day free trial worth 268 here. All right, there was some information I have in the end. You can check it out in here. No obligation, no risk. Test it first, so you can look for new opportunity which you have never done before. So let's take a look at this in here and see where we are. TechScam definitely is one of the RHP 2020, has already turned red, Pentagon 26th of May. So after all, we all know TechScam, right? If you look at this one here, TechScam has been running. You can see this is a very nice one in here, and let me just blow this up. All right, you can do two choice. Our daily chart on our 360 that you don't need to log into the trading view, but if you want a trading view real-time charts, you can just go here and you just key in TechScam. Okay, that will give you the real-time chart that you see, right? The difference between in here. So all in all, you can see from here onwards. Let's take a look at the the chart, you can see tax came in at 140, 350, more than enough lah. If you want to follow the rules and you want to run it, take partial profit in here. So you can see this is a very nice one to ensure that you continue to run your profit, those of you who are trading the longer term. But you all know that tax scam has turned red pentagon. What else has turned red pentagon in here? Let me just, yep. And we got turning green pentagon, FEMA, which is our RHB jewel. We got KUB, which is the UMNO counter turning. Press metal has turned green. DNO, Uchitech. So no surprise, right? Just now we just talk about those, what we said before, the technology stocks are turning green pentagon, and that's why we see all these are turning green pentagon. Inari also turned green pentagon in here. So the whole, sector moving in tandem with we got also Zoom, we got QL, Kobe turned red pentagon, which they did turn earlier on. Let's see, Alibaba turned red. These are the older ones. FCX, Freeport, Care Plus turned green pentagon on the 23rd. All right, LHI, all the others. The Kobe turned on the 20th in here. So check it out. Every day when you see the alert center, this does signify some of the stocks that you have are turning green pentagon in here. So that's where we are. So we got a nice alert here, and now we got 13 alerts. So we did check out all the alert and the strong sector. By just going through that very simple daily exercise, you can definitely see the sectors like technology has already turned. So keep that in mind. Now, what are the day trading volume rules in here? We just want to keep it, some of those known rules here is we want to see previous day volume increasing over further backs. Okay, further day backs, which means the volume is increasing but not too high. But during the first hour, because we are right now at 10:30, the first 9 o'clock hour, we are using hourly chart, right? And then increasing to higher but more towards the previous day. Okay, so as the day progresses by, we want to see the daily volume increases to very average, because we want the market to go up on average volume in here. The VSA 360 alert simply modeling all this for the intraday alert, and we have done enough back testing to give you the good expected value. Win more, lose less. Of course, there's always a little bit of loss inside there, so that's why it's important that some of these rules that we talk about, if the market were to go down, cut loss, and cut loss. The VSA 360 plugin comes with the hourly chart that you've seen in here. Now let's look back on some trades that we've seen. So there is a feature that we have on VSA 360, and we can go back to the premium menu and go to intraday alert. So when you go to the intraday alert here, and you can see right on this portion here, click on that one, that will take you to the order date. So we go back to 1 week. So right now we can see on the 23rd. All right, we check it out on the 23rd, and these were the ones. So let me just go back to my slide here and just share with you some of those came out on the 23rd. So you want to see what has happened in here. Now what we are looking for on top here is picking those penny stock, because the reason why we are like doing fishing, we are doing fishing, we are doing intraday fishing. So one of the things that we do when we do our intraday fishing is somewhat like look for very small profit, 3%, 4%, we will take it. Some trades do run, no doubt about it. As I said before, they do run in here, but we want to do those 3 or 4%, and if the market were to go down, we will cut very quickly. We will cut inside there. So in here 370, that's a bit too high because it's very slow to go to 3%, right? Jags at 37.5 cents, but it's not, but we can take a look at it. Rubberex, Pentec, and Miko and SFY, those came out. So this came out on 11 o'clock. So you can check every hourly. Normally I check it around just after 10, and on the hourly in here, the Pentagon will pick up in here. So there are a lot of intraday signal that we have inside there. Just for this occasion, I'm promoting the hourly Pentagon in here. All right, let's take a look at our first Pentec, right, which came out on the 23rd. So I'm just going to bring out, and this is a package that you will get once you sign up for our book. Let's go to Pentec. So you can see from Pentec, it came out on the 23rd, right, at 11 o'clock. All right, but what's more important is the reconfirmation when it first came out right at below in here. Okay, this is where it first came out. Then you could have got in at maybe 6.5, 5 cents, and that's a 5% move, right? So we're going for 4% move. So you already achieved that, and then move on to the next one. So you can see on because this happens on the 20th, but on the 23rd itself, you could have got in about 11. Let's say you got in about here, and let's see what is the percentage possible. Yep, that was about 2.4% in here. That's market started to take back down in here. So as I said before, it's always good back test it first, train it good enough, then you have a couple of rules that we have, and some of these are definitely what we'll be doing with our fellow live challenges in here. So this is sort of like a prelude to the live challenges, and if you have any question in there, just pencil those in, and if you enjoy what you're watching, just share it in your group in here, our intraday trading that we have with our system in here. All right, so this is where we're looking at. The next one that we have is RobbieX. Okay, now RobbieX came out also on the 23rd, but let's check out the earlier date. Okay, RobbieX, and you can see RobbieX came out on the 23rd, 11 o'clock in here. No doubt the market pulled back a bit, but it did hit the high about 5%, so there was a chance for a 5%, so it did hit that one. But more important, when it first turned green pentagon here, okay, first turned green pentagon here, right, you can see it did went up about 10% before the big red pentagons. Normally once you see that red pentagon, it's time to go already lah, don't fool around. And take note, you see the volume here, all right, this is what I talk about, the volume. When it first came out, what is the volume? Let's move it over here. Right, you can see volume, it's not that high, it's going to be average. We are not looking for climatic volume. Normally when you get this kind of climatic volume, try to avoid, because it was earnings date. Okay, and this one you can see another more high climatic volume. Guess what, time over there lah. When you see climatic volume, that's the time you want to exit. Okay, you don't want to be trading in here. So a lot of the volumes, when you come in, pay attention in here, because this is where Pentagon Guider able to differentiate the accumulation volume and the ability to mark up higher in here. All right, so this is RobbieX in here. Let's take a look at the next one. Is Miko, which came out on the 23rd also, but let's look at the earlier time frame when it first came out on the green pentagon. So not that difficult, right? So Miko came out, you can see this volume here was nice, isn't it? All right, you can let's move it here. When it first came out on the alert, then you could have gone in on the opening here, but when you hit that climatic, and remember in our package you have the VSI. VSI is the one that have the turquoise color. Usually when you get the turquoise color, be very careful, market can turn. So you can look from in here, right, at this opening up to here, 3%, so also hit our quick profit target before the market turned back down again. So but once it hit this red pentagon, it's time to out. Even if you had gone out here, right, you've gone here, you would have lost, let me see, if you're here to here, what is the loss, acceptable loss here? Okay, yep, about 2% loss. Okay, so we take 3%, we cut at 3%, and we definitely want to win more, right? We don't want to be gung-ho. From time to time, there's some that run, then you want to take it. So those are like looking back to the trade that we have, all right? And just to showcase with you, you can really back test by using. So the intraday alert simply goes by this rule in here. Look at the intraday, it's like fishing for meal. Okay, fishing for meal. You start off about maybe 10, 11 o'clock and look for those trade. You do a bit of back test, right? And especially during Pentagon days, okay, Pentagon days when the KLCI is bullish, but right now we already seen, right, the overall market is not that bullish, right? And you generally have less, right? Pentagon Guider setup has very high win rate when it is green pentagon in here. We usually exit end of day or we hit 3 to 4%. The criteria is just on this side here. Check it out, 47 cents, good volume in here. And we want to talk about volume that is not too high. As I said before, those couple examples I shared with you in here. Target price is 3 to 4%, sometimes a bit less, right? Don't be so gung-ho, try to take more in here. This is where intraday trading is. We catch a lot of small fish, 3%, 3%, 3%. Hey, when you compound that 3%, it's a very fair bit in here. And that's the whole purpose of our 20 days live trading challenge in here, okay? Now, bringing out the best, starting in 1st of June, all right, which I just talk about in here. We want to showcase to you that you, as our plugin and masterclass member, we can bring the best out you to look into this new opportunity that we haven't done before in here. So let's take a look at our this morning alert that we have so far, right, and see what fishes are coming into our net. Okay, so let's see the fishes coming to our net, and just go to this intraday alert. Right, and we have 2 in our item here. Came out at 10 o'clock, right, which is Pardini and Top Glove. So Pardini and Top Glove, first one is Pardini. I'll just put it on this side here, right, and you can see, and this side I put Top Glove. Top Glove, okay. Now take note the overall general comment. It has been down. This could be a rebound or wash rebound in here. Earnings did came out, and I think Pardini earnings should be good lah. So today is up 3% in here. It's been range bound, a shakeout possible. The market will rally back in here. On the daily chart for the Top Glove, it's still pretty much in a downtrend. It's been down 35%, down 33%, down 35% in here. But on the hourly chart, first that catches the fish, okay, right? You can see right now here we have a nice pullback. This volume here is actually getting very okay. The volume's not too bad, right? And this is actually a good point. And if you take from here, but remember this is 137, okay, 137. For it to move 3% generally is very difficult, and the same goes for Pardini, also $3 here. I would generally don't trade. The $3 are for intraday. We trade anything below 1 ringgit to 47 cents. No doubt these are good candidates, but we can usually study them. That's why it's important. Or you can really test and back trade. But this one, for it to run, you need a bit more room for it to run. You can see there's a lot of resistance in here, just like the what we call the railway tracks are coming on the downside in here. And our market stages, you can see, right, we want it to move back up to above the 0. That would be a much better position to look into buying it. But so right now the setup, it's not good enough. All right, so that's covered up. So this is something that you can test it out. For those of you who want, just stay to the end. I have something to share with you in here. So we have learned to look for the volume, find the right setup. The setup is actually the hourly Pentagon guided chart, and we want to look for decent volume, right? Decent volume, not too climatic. As I said before, the climatic volume, which is shared on the turquoise color on our VSA 360, will definitely put you in a distribution, not a right time to be buying in here, right? Consistent winning coming, trading the right pattern and following the overall KLCI market in here. Then you can have a very good confidence, the 75 to 85% in here. People with limited knowledge can be done. As I said before, it's not that difficult. All you simply have to do is follow the rules that we're giving up. You can join our program in here. This is something that we talk about for less than 2 ringgit a day, right? You can join our program, which we are currently doing our May intake, or sign up for our plugin in here. And for those of you which I just talked about in here, want to try out for our 10-day trial at 268, this is the one in here. Do visit our vsa.com/360 demo in here, and for a 10-day trial where we have a 30-minute personal training and to teach you how to use the indicator in here with good reward. Something you want to look into that in here. And this is definitely a testimonial to share with all that our rule-based system in here that will open up many of the beginners, especially the newbie in here, and able to compete with the big boys. Alright, right, just another reminder in here, tomorrow 10 a.m. the signees for our Super Trader live 20 days trading challenge begins at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow, right, bringing in here. And also for those of you who are in the financial CPE, we are conducting the SIDC approved for 10 points combining volume spread analysis and fundamental analysis for effective market. So if you are for 488, that's right, we are doing it on the 7th of July, right? 7th of July, which is our workshop in here. Lots of voucher in here. Right now, the early bird fee, it is, if you need 10 points and you want to learn about volume spread analysis, this is the signing that you want to, because I do know many of our members who is attending here are financial planners, remisers, and dealers in here too. All right, now we come to this segment right now to be doing our stocks. If there are any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to put it inside there. I'll be happy to look into them. What are the stocks that you all have? Alright, if there's no stocks, thank you for coming today, and thank you for your precious time spent with me in here. And tomorrow, don't forget, we are starting our 20 live day trading with our members at 10 o'clock in the morning. But tonight, we also have our orientation. Two stocks which we are looking at but doesn't satisfy our criteria is Top Glove and Padini. And thank you for coming. And don't forget to go over to our YouTube channel, right, and smash that subscribe button so you'll be informed for all our new video tutorial in here. And also do join our Telegram chat room for all the free stock market information. Thank you again. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.